The day of the Burlington Fire was a typical day here at the fire station. We worked in the office, worked on trucks and stuff that morning, had gone to lunch, got back from lunch, dry wind out of the south that day. Don't really remember temperature, but it was a warmer day. Gotten in from lunch, had just walked in. One of my volunteers called me on my cell phone and said, "Hey, do you know anything about Burlington burning some stuff outside?" I told him, "No, I didn't." I said, "But I'll go check on it." And just about that time, the pager went off and dispatch sent us to Burlington for a fire. So hung it up and told him, "I'll see you when we get there." Our first moments on scene, we deployed 2 hand lines off of one engine. The other engine was catching a fire plug to try to give us some more water. The fire was burning through some pallets on the east side of the building. Like I said, the south wind was pushing that fire to the north toward the railroad tracks really, really fast. And we were trying to chase it down using our 1 3/4 hand lines. And the farther we advanced into those burning pallets, the more we had to slow down and cool off things around us. And the fire was just moving to the north faster than we could catch up to it. The minute the fire got against the building and I realized it was going inside the building, it went from bad to worse then. Made entry into the building, surveyed the situation, came out. Captain Maloney and myself suited up, grabbed a hand line, and made entry back into the building to try to stop it and keep it pushed back out of the building. Once we got in there, it was so smoky you couldn't hardly see the back of the room that we were in there. And we watched the back half of that roof fall in just a matter of minutes. And he and I looked at each other and said, all we can do is back out and try to catch it here at a fire break wall. So we backed out to that point. By that time had gotten a 3rd truck to the scene. So we had 2 trucks on either side of the building spraying water at each other, trying to cut that fire off at the firewall. And the guns that we were using were spraying in the neighborhood of 1,250 gallons per minute. We had one on each side doing that, so 2,500 gallons a minute of water, and the fire walked right on through that like we weren't doing anything. And that's the point when we realized that we're going to have to back up and just keep this fire from going anywhere else and keep it contained. My greatest concern was once the building was rolling really good and it was burning really hot, the embers that were traveling to the north, I was afraid were going to fall in some of the neighborhood areas, fall on some pine straw roofs, fall in a yard where there's leaves piled up and things like that, and start more fires. And we were already short-handed and spread thin, so I knew that we didn't have the resources that we should have had to be able to protect that type of situation. I knew that once the fire had made it inside the building, we had multiple fires then. We had a structure fire, we had an exterior fire, and a woods fire all at the same time. And it had gotten to the point where it was more than we could handle. I asked our OEM coordinator, Michael Frisbee, to go ahead and start getting me some help in there. Called in Cominto Fire Department, Lacey, Ladelle Fire Department to come to the area of Young's Barbecue, because we had fire in the woods making its way that way, and I could get them to get that fire stopped. And also the Arkansas Forestry Commission came and helped in that area. Then we took all the rest of the departments that came in, as we called them, and we just surrounded the building and kept it from going anywhere. Chris Cox brought in a track hoe to help pull some walls down on the building so that we were able to get water in places where we needed to without having to actually make entry into the building. lot of people in the community brought food, snacks, waters, Gatorades, drinks of all sorts. Let's see, Reggie's Locks and Keys bought hamburgers from Ray's. Young's Barbecue made a bunch of barbecue sandwiches and started handing them out to people standing, you know, helping protect their building, and passed them around the rest of us around the scene. A&M Rental bought pizzas from Mazzio's and brought out to us. Second Baptist Church supplied a lot of snack cakes and nabs and waters and things like that. And then Sonic put together a lot of little brown bag specials for us and brought them out to us. We also got assistance from Monticello Police Department, Drew County Sheriff's Office, the Arkansas Department of Transportation, and the Arkansas State Police, as well as the Arkansas Game and Fish. They helped shut off roads, created a safe working environment for us to where we could move around the structure without having to worry about other vehicles and other pedestrians in the street and things like that. They also blocked roads that we had to lay hoses across to keep people from running over our hoses and messing them up.